I am no longer afraid to do the blood test because I have done it so many times.
Little Ania was in the hospital for a month. The girl says that during this time she got used to both daily procedures and doctors. All started with an ordinary running nose. Her parents thought it was just a cold.
We blew out, washed out, cleaned all of that. At first we just did it at home ourselves for a week. Then we went to a private doctor. Kid complained of a headache, but I thought it was because of a cold, from the fact that she blew her nose a lot, and I had the same. But after a month of treatment she started having a fever.
Ania got to the Children's City Hospital already in a serious condition. The MRI examination showed that a pus was already in the brain. Diagnosis of subdural empyema over the left hemisphere. The ENT specialists quickly cleared the sinuses, but the positive effect didn't last long. The girl started to have convulsions and got into intensive care. And here neurosurgeons got down to work.
We used a more complicated method. We did a huge decompression trepanation of the skull. We removed the flap of the bone itself, measuring 12 to 10 centimeters, completely opened the dura, and carried out a complete sanitation of the pus itself, which laid flat above the left hemisphere of the brain.
The inflammation led to swelling of the brain, and it was necessary to wait for it to be gone. By this time, in order to preserve the skull bone in sterile conditions, the surgeons placed it in the anterior abdominal wall inside girl's body, having previously formed a kind of a pocket there.
The edema was very large, it threatened the child's life. This part of the skull could not be put back. We had a question about what to do next, because if you buy synthetic plates and then close the skull defect, it is expensive and it's not always good for children. We decided to keep this part of the bone in the anterior abdominal wall.
Ania stayed with the bone in her belly for about 10 days in hospital.
When they put a bone in my tummy, I couldn't walk. My tummy started to turn blue. It was very blue. Well, if the bone moved somewhere, it touched my skin with a sharp tip, and it started to turn blue.
This effect didn't threaten the child's life, doctors say. As soon as the cerebral edema was gone, the doctors proceeded to the next stage of the operation.
We managed to reimplant the bone in place. We managed to make a plastic of the dura matter. We will need a CT scan in a month to see the condition of the brain and the bones we've reimplanted in place.
Ania is at home now. The girl says she really missed her friends and her pets.
Thank you for healing me.
Reported by Nick Starkov and Julia Bill, UATV News.